Welcome to my channel today. We're delving into Man's Search for Meaning by Viktor E. Frankl, an influential work that explores how purpose and perspective can shape our lives, even in the harshest of circumstances. Frankl's book combines his personal experiences with profound psychological insights that resonate with anyone seeking direction, especially in tough times. If you find value in these summaries, don't forget to subscribe to stay inspired. To understand the core of Frankl's philosophy, it helps to know a bit about his background. Viktor Frankl was an Austrian neurologist and psychiatrist who developed an interest in understanding the human mind, particularly its capacity to endure hardship. His field of study led him to create logotherapy, a psychological approach focused on finding meaning in life. But the most profound testing ground for his theories was an unimaginable ordeal: his time as a prisoner in Nazi concentration camps during World War II. In the first half of Man's Search for Meaning, Frankl recounts his brutal experiences in these camps. He lost his family, endured inhumane conditions, and faced a constant threat of death. Frankl's accounts are raw and intense, making it clear that he survived not just by physical strength, but by his mental resilience. His story is an exploration of what keeps people going when everything is stripped away. It's a powerful reminder of the importance of mindset and inner purpose. Frankl's main insight from his time in the camps was that a sense of purpose, or why, can be a lifeline. Without a reason to live, he observed, prisoners quickly lost hope, and, with it, their will to survive. He frequently references Nietzsche's quote, "He who has a why to live can bear almost any how." This sentiment became Frankl's guiding principle. By having something to hold on to, a vision, a dream, or simply the hope of reuniting with loved ones, many inmates could push through another day. Frankl found his own purpose in imagining himself after the war, lecturing on the psychological insights he was gaining in the camps. He visualized himself teaching others, showing them how inner strength and meaning could withstand extreme suffering. His insights gave him a mental space that was untouched by the camp's horrors. For Frankl, meaning was not just an abstract concept. It was a powerful force that could carry someone through anything. His message here encourages us to search for and cling to our own sources of meaning, especially when times are tough. After the war, Frankl went on to develop logotherapy based on these revelations. Unlike other therapies that focused on introspection and the past, logotherapy emphasizes looking forward and finding purpose in the present and future. At its core, logotherapy is built on the premise that the primary drive in human beings is the will to find meaning in life, not just the pursuit of pleasure or avoidance of pain. For Frankl, meaning comes from one of three main sources: creating work or doing deeds, experiencing things or loving someone, and adopting the right attitude in the face of unavoidable suffering. Logotherapy helps patients by encouraging them to ask, "What meaning can I create in my life?" This approach can be especially helpful in times of distress, when the search for meaning becomes a grounding force. Frankl's approach is practical, focused on empowering individuals to find purpose even in seemingly hopeless circumstances. He believes that while we can't control every situation, we can control how we respond to it, which brings us to the profound sense of freedom he experienced in the camps. Frankl introduces the idea of inner freedom, which he considers one of the most crucial aspects of human resilience. Even in a concentration camp, where he had no freedom in a physical sense, he realized he still had control over his thoughts and responses. Frankl saw that no matter what the Nazis took from him, his belongings, his family, even his dignity, he retained the power to choose his perspective. This inner freedom, he argues, is what makes us uniquely human. It allows us to transcend our circumstances. This part of the book reminds us that while life's circumstances are often beyond our control, we are always free to determine our attitudes toward them. Frankl's insights into inner freedom are universal, giving readers a powerful tool to handle life's inevitable struggles. Instead of being controlled by external forces, he encourages us to look inward, to find meaning in our own responses. A recurring theme in Frankl's writing is the idea that suffering itself can be a source of meaning. He doesn't glorify suffering or suggest that it's necessary for a meaningful life, but he acknowledges that when suffering is unavoidable, we can choose to see it as an opportunity for growth. In the camps, he noticed that those who approached their suffering with a sense of purpose and dignity, as though they were given a mission to bear the hardship, often fared better mentally and emotionally. Frankl urges readers to transform unavoidable suffering into a chance for personal growth. He notes that instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" we should ask, "What does life expect from me in this moment?" This shift in perspective changes suffering from something to be passively endured to an active test of character. Frankl suggests that this approach can give people a sense of strength and purpose, even in the darkest of times. Frankl's philosophy continues to inspire, showing us that our lives' meaning can emerge from how we face challenges. His insights encourage us to seek purpose in our daily actions, relationships, and even our struggles. Frankl's words resonate with anyone who has ever faced hardship, loss, or uncertainty. His message is clear. Meaning is something we create, not something we find passively. As we wrap up, remember Frankl's most empowering insight. No matter what happens, we always have the freedom to choose our response. It's a timeless lesson in resilience and purpose. If you enjoyed this deep dive into man's search for meaning and want to learn more from similar books, don't forget to subscribe to Channel Name for more.